Hello, everyone. We're going to get started in just a minute. While we're waiting for everybody to hop on, I would love to know in the comments, what are you most excited about for this cookie season? Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Sam, and I'm so excited to welcome you to our third annual council-wide cookie rally, just a few hours before our official cookie sale begins tomorrow. Let us know in the comments, what are you most excited for? And my apologies for the sound. I see some comments coming in already. We're excited to eat cookies. First year Daisy, we're excited for our first cookie season. Oh, that is so exciting. Welcome. We're excited to have you. We have lots of fun activities planned tonight. We have some selling tips, some crafts, a sneak peek at rewards you can earn, and more. So as we're getting settled, as we're waiting for everybody to hop on, let's quickly go over what you'll need for the crafts that we're going to be doing together later. You can also find this in the description of the video, if you would like to look at it there. This rally is also being recorded, so it'll be available on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel after today if you don't have your supplies to do the crafts right now. Oh, I just wanted to read this comment real quick. Someone says they're most excited for cookie booths. That's a good one. Okay, so the supplies that you'll need. For our first craft, we're doing a themed snack. So you will need a banana, a short cup or small container, small pieces of fruit to fill the cup and or goldfish crackers, some scissors, a dark colored marker, and a knife. Just a butter knife will work for this. Our second craft is a goal tracker. For that, you'll need a template, and we will put the link to that template in the comments if you don't have it so that you can print it out. You will need a pair of scissors, a glue stick, tape or school glue will work if that's all that you have, markers or crayons, a clothespin, ribbon or paper cut into long strips. You'll need about 14 to 16 inches total, some googly eyes, which are optional, and some blue paint, which is also optional. Again, if you don't have all that stuff right now, that's perfectly fine. We have it listed in the description. You can always come back to our recorded version later and do those crafts at another time. So we are just a couple minutes in, so I do want to give a little bit more time for people to hop on, to grab their supplies. If you're just hopping on now, we'd love to know in the comments, what are you most excited for this cookie season? I see some people shouting out their troops. That's awesome. Let us know your troop in the comments too. Troop 50174, welcome. Troop 71000, Troop 38011, Troop 18008, welcome to all. Hi, Sadie. Troop 17024, Savannah, welcome. We're so excited to have you guys on tonight. Someone says they're most excited to meet new people for the cookie season. I love that. Selling cookies is a great way to meet new people, get yourself out there, learn some business skills. Some people wanting to beat their goals from last year. That's awesome. Daisy Troop 46685, welcome. Someone says they're most excited for the cookies. That's a good one. I'm very excited to eat cookies as well. All right, so we are about 5 minutes in, so we'll go ahead and get started. I want to start off by officially revealing our theme for the 2023 cookie season, and I will share that with you now.
Her excitement is high, and her dreams are big. This Girl Scout cookie season, she's ready to go right ahead. And so are her Girl Scout champions. We know Girl Scout cookie entrepreneurs are true forces of nature. They're bold, curious, and bring a goal-getter spirit to every challenge before them, no matter how big or small. Whether she's planning her own cookie stand, or running a booth with her troop, or making a splash on her digital cookie page, Little Brownie Bakers has the tools to help her reach her goals. Here's something else to help her succeed this season: a new Girl Scout cookie. So let's dive in, Girl Scouts, and go right ahead. And remember, Little Brownie is with you the whole way.
Okay, so if you did have any trouble viewing that video, we'll put a link to it in the comments. But you'll notice that the theme for this cookie season is Go Bright Ahead. Does anyone know why that might sound familiar? Let us know in the comments. Do we know why Go Bright Ahead sounds so familiar? You guys are a little bit behind me. I'm going to give you just a minute. Oh, I see them coming in now. Yes, it is actually the same theme that we had for our magnet sale in the fall, which was our magazines, nuts, and candy sales. They kind of combined them together this year, which is really cool. But instead of a Hawaiian monk seal as our mascot for the cookie season is another ocean friend, Coral the dolphin. Coral will be right alongside to cheer you on this cookie season. So in honor of Coral, we have a fun snack craft we're going to start with that you can munch on during the rest of the rally. So I'm going to throw it over to my friend Jess, and she's going to lead us in our craft.
Hi, Girl Scouts and family and friends. It is so awesome to be here with you tonight for our cookie rally. And I am going to get us a fun, quick little dolphin-inspired treat that you can snack on for the evening or keep in your back pocket as an idea if you have friends over. So this is where we were talking about having a small glass or container, a banana, some fruit or goldfish, or I happen to have turtles because that's what I had. All right, and a knife and a dark marker. All right, so if any of you see here, I happen to have the top of my banana, and what animal does it maybe look like just a little bit? Anybody in the comments tell me what it might look like? I lucked out and my banana already has a mark right here where we're going to put an eye anyway. So what does that look like? Let me see if it's in the comments. Give everybody just a second to gather their stuff. That's right. I see it in the comments. It's a dolphin. That's right. So what you're going to do is you're going to start by taking your glass and you're going to take your banana and you're just going to kind of guess, line them up and see how much you need to cut off the bottom. So I can see here that I need an inch or two cut off the bottom, which will let my banana stick up out of my glass a little bit. And you can kind of play around until it's where you like it. I'm going to take my butter knife and I'm going to cut off the bottom. All right, and then I've got a flat edge there and I'm going to set it down in my glass. All right, now, like I said, I lucked out and I already have a mark there on my banana, but I'm going to make it a cute little eye and I'm going to put one on the other side. We can do that because we're not going to eat the banana peel. So, All right, so I have my eyes on my banana. All right, now this next part here, we're gonna wanna make sure that you don't have this brown part here, so I'm gonna take this part off. All right. And all of this should work with a butter knife. If it doesn't work, maybe a pair of scissors. All right, so I've trimmed that edge just a little bit so that his bottlenose looks better. All right, and then I'm gonna grab my scissors and I'm gonna hold my dolphin up so that I can see where his mouth would go. And you wanna make sure you put that slit in there this way so that when he stands upright, you have a slit in there. All right, I'm gonna show you how I'm cutting right through that. And then look, it creates a little mouth there for your dolphin. All right, I'll show you on the side with my eyeball there. All right, so now what we get to do is we get to give him a little home in our glass so he'll stand up. So I'm gonna fill mine with my little turtles. If you have goldfish crackers, or if you have some berries, some blueberries, raspberries, or even you could cut up other parts of the banana, whatever you've got to make yourself a little ocean snack. All right, so I have my turtles and I'm gonna nuzzle my dolphin right down in there. It takes a little finagling, but then he's there. And then the really cute part here is that you can give him a snack. Now, I would love to be able to put a cookie in there, but I don't have any yet. So I'm gonna show you what it would be like if I did put a cookie in there. I'm gonna cut a little sliver off of my banana that's about the size of a cookie, a small cookie. And I'm gonna tuck that right in there. You could also do this with a blueberry, with a raspberry. You could do it with a little goldfish. And you have your dolphin friend serving you up a piece of fruit or a cookie, and then you can have your snack there with your dolphin. This is really great if you are hanging out with some friends. Maybe you have a troop meeting, you're getting ready for your cookie season. You can get together and all make your dolphins. Or if you are sharing all of your cookie ideas and things with your family, maybe sit around with your caregivers who are gonna help you out on your cookie sale, and maybe you surprise them to a dolphin treat as a thank you for helping out on your sale. So that is our snack for the night. I'm gonna go ahead and put myself back on mute and send it over to Sam. I'll be back in a little bit with another craft for us all, but in the meantime, enjoy your snack and I will be here to help out Sam.
Thank you so much, Jess. That is so adorable. I was just thinking you could make one of those charcuterie boards, but for cookies, and your centerpiece could be your little dolphin. That would be just adorable. Okay, so now that we know our theme for this year, we need to talk about the star of the show, which is the cookies. So I'm going to go through each of our 9 varieties that we have this year. We do have one new cookie this year, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But I will go through each cookie, and then I have a cookie hack for each one. So let me share my screen. Okay, so the first cookie we have is the Samoa. This is a chewy and rich chocolatey coconut and caramel cookie. And then for our cookie hack, for a fun and delicious way to thaw your frozen Samoas, drop them into your favorite hot chocolate drink, which sounds just delicious. This cookie was also created in 1974. Fun fact. So we'll move on to our next cookie, which is the Thin Mint, which is one of our best-selling cookies. I do believe it is the best-selling cookie. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. This is a crisp, chocolatey, and minty cookie. Also created in 1974. The cookie hack for the Thin Mint: make your mint chocolate shake even mintier with a Girl Scout cookie topper. And if you guys have any cookie hacks that you can add, please let us know in the comments. We'd love to know your personal cookie hacks. Okay, next we have our Tagalongs, which are peanut butter patties, one of my favorites. I'm a big chocolate peanut butter girl. Created in 1974 also. I noticed doing this that a lot of our cookies were created in 1974, which was very interesting. Anyway, our cookie hack for our Tagalongs is that they taste the best when they're just a little bit melty. And I would have to agree with that. I also think they taste really good directly out of the freezer. Let us know which one you prefer in the comments. Someone says this cookie is older than my mom. That is funny. The cookies are also older than me. Someone says eat Thin Mints from the freezer. I've heard that one. That's a good one. I've heard they taste really good that way. Okay, next we have our Do-si-dos. They're a peanut butter sandwich cookie, also created in 1974. And our cookie hack is to spread your favorite jam between two Do-si-dos for the best PB&J sandwich ever. And that just sounds delicious. I have never tried that before, but I think I might have to try that this year. Next, we have the classic Trefoil. It's our iconic shortbread cookie. A very simple cookie, but a very delicious cookie, in my opinion. Also created in 1974. If anybody knows the history behind that, let us know in the comments. I would love to know why all these cookies were created in 1974. The cookie hack for this one is to swap graham crackers for Trefoils in your next no-bake crust.
Sam, I just have to pop in on this one.
Yeah.
I have to say that my favorite cookie hack for a trefoil is that I think they're the best dunkers. When it's hot cocoa or coffee or whatever, I think these make the best ones to dip.
Yes, that sounds delicious also. Someone has a hack for us in the comments for Thin Mints. Thin Mints in Cool Whip and eat it like ice cream without the risk of a brain freeze. That also sounds very good. All right, what is our next cookie? Okay, I do have to say, this is my favorite cookie. For a long time, it was the Tagalong, but when this came out, this became my favorite. So the Girl Scout S'more is a chocolatey marshmallowy flavored with graham crackers on the outside. The cookie hack for this one, dunk them in hot cocoa for a melty marshmallowy experience. That sounds delicious. I've also heard to heat them up in the microwave, but it does sound good dipped in a coffee if you're an adult, or a hot chocolate, a tea. And this one wasn't created until 2016. This is a fairly newer cookie. Someone says warmed up s'mores are amazing. Yes, I agree. It just takes it to another level. Okay, next is our Lemon Ups, which are crispy lemon cookies. Created in 2020, another newer cookie, only a couple years old. And the cookie hack is sandwich 2 Lemon Ups together with strawberry ice cream in between. That sounds delicious. But I don't think you need to stop at strawberry ice cream. I think you could do all kinds of different flavors of ice cream. I think you could do some sorbet. I think a raspberry sorbet and make it raspberry lemon sounds really good. Someone says their mom freezes Thin Mints in ice cream. Delicious. Next is our Adventurefuls, which is our second newest cookie this year. They are brownie inspired cookies and they have caramel and sea salt. Created in 2022, just last year. And the cookie hack is to drop a few Adventurefuls in your bag of trail mix for a sweet surprise on your next hike. That sounds amazing. I would crunch them up maybe a little bit into smaller pieces for your trail mix.
I will say for those who like to warm up the s'mores, warming up the Adventurefuls just a little bit works similarly. It doesn't get quite as gooey, but it does soften everything a little bit and sort of gives that ooey sort of flavor. So
yes, that sounds so good. You're making me hungry. Okay, and our last cookie is our new cookie for this year, which is the Raspberry Rally. It's a thin, crispy cookie infused with raspberry flavor. Created this year, 2023. The cookie hack would be to crumble a few Raspberry Rally cookies over your next bowl of yogurt. That sounds really good. Just a note to our adults listening, this cookie will be a shipped-only cookie, and it will be available when shipping starts on February 27th. Okay, so now that we've talked about our cookies, how do we sell our cookies? So Digital Cookie is our online digital selling platform. It's basically your own website that you can use to promote your cookie sale and sell cookies. With the help of your adult, of course, you can upload a photo, you can add your goals for this cookie season, which we'll talk about more in a little bit. You can create a video asking for your customers' support, and you can even send emails. It's your best resource to make ordering cookies super convenient for your customers. And if you haven't set up your personal site yet, no worries. We'll put some instructions in the comments for your adult to help you get it set up. And I want to pause a second to go back and see if we have any other cookie hacks. I don't see any, but keep letting me know in the comments if you have some more cookie hacks for us. So as you sell your cookies, you're also going to be able to earn some fun rewards. For example, we have this scarf, which you can moisten to use as a cooling scarf. You can see the girls have it as a headband around their ponytail, around their neck. And to get this, you will need to sell 80 packages. The next reward we have is our scrunchie set that actually has a little hidden pocket where you can hide little trinkets, maybe as they show here, your headphones you can put in there. And to get this one, you will need to sell 140 packages. Someone says dunk Samoas in milk. That sounds very good. Raspberry Rallies, put them in milk for raspberry milk. Oh, that sounds good. Thin mint milkshakes, all very good. Okay, back to our rewards. I got distracted by all the delicious examples. So if you sell 350 packages, you can get this set of mood rings, and they're engraved with our Go Bright Ahead theme on one, and they have it in Spanish on the other one. Next, we have our rechargeable headlamp. If you sell 650 packages, and it has 3 brightness settings. Also, at the 650 package level, you will be invited to our super seller event, which you can learn more about from your troop leader, your service unit manager. They will have the details for you. So those are just a few examples. There's so many more, including this year, you can go on a pontoon cruise, or you can earn a trip to Niagara Falls. And you can see all of those different ones that you can order here on your order card. You'll see all the different rewards you can earn and how many packages you need to sell to earn them. So take a look at that, maybe circle what you're most excited about. I have some people saying in the comments, I'm a super seller for Magnet. That is awesome, way to go. You already have the super seller event. Someone says toffee tassicks make good pie crust. Adventurefuls are good dipped in milk. Love it. Okay. So next we have something new for this year, which is the Cookie Program Challenge. In addition to those rewards you'll already earn, which we just went through some of the examples, during this year's Girl Scout Cookie Program, you can also earn cookie decals and be entered to win an American Girl doll with fun accessories when you complete these 5 steps. So the first step is to attend a council, service unit, or troop cookie rally. You guys can check that off your list. You're already at a cookie rally, so you can check that first step off. Have an approved site and digital cookie, which we just talked about. And as we said, we'll put the instructions in the comments for your adult if you need help getting that set up. Sell a minimum of 80 packages of cookies on the initial order. Those are the cookies that you sell before January 31st. Sell a minimum of 5 packages of cookies donated to Operation Sweet Appreciation, which is our cookie donation to the military. We'll talk a little bit about that in a bit. And the last step is to sell a minimum of 195 packages of cookies by the end of the cookie program. You can use those rewards that we went over, or you can use this cookie program challenge. Those are just 2 ways to set your goals for this year of how many boxes of cookies you want to sell this season. To help us keep track of those goals, we have another craft. So I am going to go ahead and throw it over to Jess again. And while you're working, I do have some tips for you to help you sell more cookies. So with that said, go ahead, Jess.
I'm back again with an awesome goal tracker craft for you. There is a template that we put in the list of supplies for this. And I think our amazing helper, Emily, might also be able to share it in the comments now that I've mentioned it again. It's a quick 1-page printable that you can print out. It'll work whether you have color or black and white printer, no biggie. If you don't already have that printed out, you can print it out at some other time and come back and do the craft at your time. If you have it now, what you'll want to do is you'll want to start cutting out the pieces. On the template, you're going to see our friend Coral. See, I've cut mine out, so I'm 1 step ahead of you all, but you have plenty of time, don't worry. All right. And then, oh, I see a question in the comments about where they find the cookie program challenge page. Sam, do you know where that will be?
Yes, you can go to gswpa.org/cookie challenge, and you'll find all the details there.
Awesome. Thanks.
And we'll put that in the comments too.
And then on our template, you'll also have some waves that say packages. You're going to get a chance here to fill those out. There's a couple of these, so you'll want to cut those out. And then the other thing on the template, there's our template in the comments. If you don't have it yet, there's the link for you. And then there's a seashell. So you want to take a minute or two and cut out all of those different pieces. And then I will get you working on putting it all together. The other thing that you'll want to make sure that you have with you, if you don't already have your scissors, your template, you may, I like our dolphin in the chat. That's awesome. You'll want to make sure that you have some ribbon or some strips of paper. I didn't have any ribbon handy, so I just grabbed some blue paper that I happen to have, and this is 2 pieces taped together because mine wasn't long enough. I wanted a nice long stretch for my dolphin, so all I did was tape 2 pieces together. Whatever you've got is fine. If you've got a piece of ribbon, you could do this with string, a couple of strips of paper, whatever you've got is fine. All right. And I see someone in the comments whose goal I think might be 800 boxes of cookies. That's awesome. Goal setting is so important, and it's really great to pick a goal that is specific so that you know exactly what you are aiming for. If you know your top goal of what you're aiming for your number of cookies this year, go ahead and write it on your seashell. All right. If you don't know yet, you don't have to fill it out just yet. All right. But it says my cookie season goal, and you want to put your total number goal right there. All right. You can also be using colored pencils or markers or crayons to be coloring in these bits and pieces. All right. Oh, I almost forgot. You'll also need a clothespin and some tape or a glue stick, something along those lines. All right. So once you have your pieces all cut out and you have your strip of paper or your ribbon, you have your clothespin, then what we're going to do is we're going to start putting it all together. And don't worry, once we've put it all together, you can still continue coloring it in. So at any point in time, take it at your own pace. You can hop back and color some things in, but I want to show you how we're going to start putting it together. All right. So we've got our goal piece of paper, and at the very top where we're aiming to go, we want to add our seashell. All right. And so again, this can be with a glue stick, some Elmer's school glue, or some tape. That's what I'm going to do mine with. I'm going to put a little piece of tape here at the bottom, and I'm going to put a little piece of tape on the back just to make sure. I want it to be nice and sturdy through the whole cookie season, so that Coral the dolphin can make her way all the way up through the waves and make to the top of the goals. All right, so then underneath we're going to put our waves, and I cut out 6 different waves from my template. All right, now you can fill those out ahead of time or after they're on your goal strip piece of paper here. You're going to want to put the different levels of boxes that you're working your way up through. So I'm going to help you put them on the ribbon or piece of paper, and then I'm going to give you some examples of how you might fill those out to work your way through your goals bit by bit. So on this stretch of paper or ribbon, whatever you have, I'm going to want to put my 6 waves evenly spaced out. So you may want to lay it down and see where they line up where you like them. I'm laying mine out. Oh, I didn't leave myself enough room. Once I only had 5 on. So I'm going to scooch them up a little taller, a little higher up on the list. And then I can get all 6 on there. All right. It's a little hard for me to show you, but I'm going to show you sideways what it'll look like. See, I've got them all lined up there. I'm going to put a quick bit of tape on them so that you can see them. All right. So when we set goals, we want to make sure that we pick specific numbers. It's real easy to say, I just want to sell a whole bunch of cookies, right? But a whole bunch can mean a lot of different things. And it's a little harder to reach your goal if it's just a whole bunch or a lot. So I would suggest a number. Maybe you pick your favorite number. Maybe you look at your rewards and decide these are the rewards I'd really like to earn. And you choose your goal that way. I would always encourage you to chat with your troop leader and your caregivers, your adults, to see what goals are reasonable and attainable with your situation. Everybody's is different, and it doesn't matter whether your goal is 1 box or 2,000 boxes. That is a great goal, and that is okay. Your caregivers, your troop leaders, your grown-ups will be able to help you understand a little bit more about how many boxes of cookies you can handle for yourself and for your family, because it does change family to family. So have a discussion with them. Say, hey, these are the rewards I really, really like. Can we hit this number? And then have a discussion about how. What might you do? Are you going to do booths? Are you going to join in with your troop? Or if you're an indie, are you going to work with your family members about how you can get to that goal? All right. And one of the ways that you can get to your goal, oh, I picked up my waves and one fell off. It meant I missed some tape. So give me just a second. All right. So now all my waves are on my tracker. And one of the ways that you can keep working toward your goal throughout the whole cookie season is to do it in stages. All right. So way down here at the bottom, I have 1 wave, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then my total goal number. All right. So I'm going to pick an easy number that goes with our 6 because I have 7 spaces to write down goals, right? So maybe my goal is 700 boxes or 70 boxes, right? And so I'm going to put that number up here. And then I'm going to break it into smaller increments as I go. All right. And just for the sake of tonight, I'm going to make it real easy. I'm going to do it in tens. So if your total is 700, you could put 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. All right. Maybe your goal is 350. I see that in the comments quite a bit. And then you could go by 50s, 50, 100, 150. If your goal is 7 boxes, you could write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, whatever it is. If you need help with a grown-up breaking those down, you can do them. You can ask for help. They might be random numbers. Maybe you don't go in order of 1 or 10 or 5 and you just pick different numbers. You can do that too. Make it your own, fill out your numbers, decorate your waves, and then we get to have our friend Coral help us keep track. So you can set this aside for right now, and I'm going to show you how to make Miss Coral. So you have your dolphin. Mine happens to be gray because I only have a black and white printer right now and I haven't colored it in yet, but you can always take a marker and a colored pencil to Coral and make her the bright blue color that she is in our theme. And I have my clothespin. So with a piece of rolled tape or some glue, I'm going to attach Coral to our clothespin, some tape right there. And then I'm going to, so now Coral is attached to our clothespin and ready to help you keep track. So when you start out your cookie season today, No one has sold any cookies yet, right? Because we can't sell cookies until when? Who knows? Tell me in the comments. I'm going to give it just a minute and see who knows when we can start cookies. We're going to start way down here at the bottom, and we're going to attach our clothespin just underneath our first wave. All right, because we haven't sold any cookies yet. Tomorrow, the 10th, that's right. You can start selling cookies tomorrow. So somebody said 5 hours. You're right. You could start at midnight. All right. So tomorrow you can start selling your cookies. And once you've talked to your family and you've gotten everything squared away, you can start making those phone calls or going door to door safely with permission. You can send those emails through your digital cookie site, and then you'll start getting orders. Yes, you'll be able to watch this later. I saw that pop up. Somebody had a question about watching it later. So you have a couple days go by and you've got some packages coming in, and then Miss Coral, our dolphin, makes her way up through the waves with each new box of cookies that you sell all the way on up. And so say you did the 700 one, and we have 100 at each increment, and it would be 1, 2, 3, 400. Once you get to 400 boxes, this is where Miss Coral is going to sit. All right. And then she swims up and up and up until at some point you hit your cookie goal, and she's all the way up there at the top. And then if you need to change your cookie goal and go higher, you can. And you know what? It's okay. If you made a really, really, really big goal and she doesn't quite make it, you know what is still super exciting? Wherever she makes it on the list, on the waves, you have accomplished such amazing, cool things. So keep this with you through your whole cookie season. You can hang it on your refrigerator. You can put it near your order card. You can hang it up in your room and help Miss Coral keep track of all of your different cookie successes. This counts for cookies you sell to your neighbors, for OSA cookies, our donation cookies, cookies that you sell online, cookies that you sell at a booth. You get to mark them all the way up so that Miss Coral can keep track of your amazing cookie sale this year. So do we have, if Miss Sam says I have time for this, I had just one question I want to put in the comments just in case. If anybody has any questions about goal setting and something that they might like to ask about how to set a good goal, you go ahead and put it in the comments, and I will do my best to answer either on screen here or in the comments. But I just want to leave you with chatting with your adults and pick something that is within your range. You can always increase it later. Pick a specific number and break it down into small chunks so that you know where you're headed, and then set a plan for how you're going to do it, whether that's booth sales, door-to-door sales, phone call sales, email sales, all of these, of course, with permission of your grown-ups, but see which of those strategies, or how many of them, is good for you and your family, and then get out there and have a good time selling.
Thank you so much, Jess. I love all your little tips and tricks. I didn't want to interrupt you while you were doing your craft, so I'm going to go through our cookie selling tips now. I did want to make one correction. I realized I said that there were 9 variety of cookies, and I showed you 9. There are 10 varieties of cookies. I did miss Toffee-tastic. I saw that some people put some Toffee-tastic hacks in the comments, so thank you so much. Quick correction, there are 10 cookies. 9 you'll be able to sell door to door. The one different one is Raspberry Rally, which is only available for shipped, and it's bought online. So 10 different types of cookies. Would like to make that correction before we move on. Okay, so we have these big goals that we want to reach. So I wanted to give you a few quick tips on how we can reach those big goals. So we have a few cookie facts, and then we have tips on based on those facts. So our first fact, and if you have additional tips on cookie selling, please let us know in the comments. If I see them, I will read them out for everybody as well. Okay, so the #1 reason why people don't buy Girl Scout cookies is that they were never asked. So simple. So with the help of your adult, we recommend using Digital Cookie. You can send emails to your family, friends, neighbors, and anyone else that you know. With an adult's help and permission, you can also share your digital cookie link on social media. For our adults listening, there are a few rules behind that. You're not allowed to sell on any marketplace or resale sites. So Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Craigslist, that's a no-no. But you can post on your social media for friends, family, to buy from your girls' digital cookie site. So girls, make sure you ask your adult if they have social media, if they could post that for you. Fact number 2, customers buy cookies because they want to support Girl Scouting. Not only are the cookies delicious, but they also support our Girl Scouts. So you always want to tell your customers about your goals. Write about your goals when you send that email through Digital Cookie link. On Digital Cookie, you can also create a video where you can talk about your goals. And your goals, as we have already talked about, can be numbers, how many boxes you want to sell. But you also might want to be raising money for a project that your troop is doing. Maybe you're helping out an animal shelter and you're raising money. Through selling cookies, you'll take some of your proceeds and you'll help do a project for them, maybe making blankets, collecting donations for them. That's something that you could also put on your digital cookie site as one of your goals. Fact number 3, Girl Scout cookie customers usually buy every year. So if you happen to have your order card from last year, that would be a great place to start from the cookie customers that you had last year. If not, start this year, hold on to that order card from last year, and next year when you sell cookies, you can start there. Fact number 4, when customers are asked multiple times, they buy multiple boxes. So a fun tip that I like to share every year is that when someone purchases cookies from you, you can send them a cute little thank you note, maybe write a personalized message, and then at the bottom, if they would like to order more cookies, you can put your link to your digital cookie site. So you're thanking them, but you're also putting a little thing in there that if they would like more cookies, they can order more. Fact number 5 is that customers sometimes buy fewer cookies because of diet issues. We know not everyone can eat cookies, but you can tell your customers how they can donate cookies through Operation Sweet Appreciation. So Operation Sweet Appreciation is through Girl Scouts Western Pennsylvania. You don't actually give the cookies to the customer, but they can donate an amount of money to send cookies to our military at home and overseas. You can also come up with a troop gift of caring. So besides the military, you could come up with another charity that you would like to donate cookies through. You talk about that with your troop, and then you can tell customers that they can buy cookies for that charity of your choice. Again, talk to your adult volunteers about this option. Okay, fact number 6. Customers buy more when you suggest they buy more. So we recommend maybe stacking together a chocolate lovers pack, maybe Tagalongs, Thin Mints, and s'mores are all chocolate. Wrap them up with a pretty little ribbon and it'll be your chocolate lovers pack. Or maybe a classic bundle, Tagalongs, Trefoils, and Thin Mints are 3 classic Girl Scout cookies. You can also give away free handmade cards too, to go along with that. Also, we want to tell you about our 5 for 5 promotion. So through Girl Scouts Western Pennsylvania, we have something called 5 for 5, which is when customers purchase 5 packages of cookies, they can be entered to win 5 cases of their favorite cookies. So talk to your troop volunteer, your cookie volunteer. They can get you those little certificates to print out and hand out to those people that purchase 5 boxes of cookies. So maybe you have someone who purchases 3 and you're like, well, if you get 2 more, you could have the chance to win 5 whole cases of Girl Scout cookies. So that's just another fun tip. So those are my tips. I want to take a second to go through our comments and see if we have any tips from our Girl Scouts. Oh, I see someone saying they never got an email to set up their cookie account. We put some instructions on how to set up digital cookie in the comments. if we can add that again to our friendly helper, Emily, on how they can set up their digital cookie site. The certificates for 5 for 5, you can talk to your Troop Cookie volunteer. They'll be able to get those to you. Okay, I think that is all I see. Oh, someone says, be kind and polite to your customers. Always a good tip. Can't go wrong. Okay, well, I think with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up our 3rd annual cookie rally. Feel free to keep commenting, talking to your fellow Girl Scouts in the comments. But I just want to thank everybody for joining us for yet another year, and I wish everybody the best of luck in their cookie sale this year. Thanks, guys. Bye.